Hi, everyone. It's me again, Melissa. I just thought I'd hop on here real quick. And while I was thinking about it on my way to a really good appointment, um, about 8 years ago, I had uh, a situation where I had to go through 8 treatments, radiation treatments. And I came through that okay. It took longer to change for the appointment than the actual treatment itself. The only effect I had was that I had a little bit of like a light sunburn. I know other people have worse, but I was fortunate that that's all I had. Fast forward to maybe 3 years ago, I started noticing that anytime I would bend over, like to tie my shoes or trying to shake out something or twist or do something like, cleaning, whatever, I would get this feeling behind my lungs, like somewhere in my side, in there, inside. It almost felt like a muscle was balling up, and I could feel it coming on, and I was just like, "Ugh." I would just have to stop and not move until it would subside. Took just maybe 5 seconds at the most, and it would go away. Well, that happened like once every 3 months, 4 months. And then one day I started paying attention to what was going on. And of course, it kind of worried me. So my next visit to the oncologist, I was explaining what was going on. And she says, "Oh, she says, I really don't think that's anything to worry about. Everything else is fine." I said, "But, it's probably just scar tissue." Okay, well, I had no clue. To me, scar tissue is like if you physically get cut, and of course, you have scar tissue on the inside, whether it's, any scrape or surgery on your arm or whatever. There is scar tissue outside, inside, wherever. So I just kind of blew it off. I said, well, okay, she knows what she's doing, and she said I'm fine, and that's the main thing. This went on for another year and a half, and it seemed like it was progressively getting a little bit more frequent. Well, any doctor, or in my case, oncologist or a different radiologist, I said, I've got this feeling going on, and now it's like it migrates. It's to a different area in my body. I said, and I'm told that that's possibly scar tissue. They said, yeah, that's what it is. So Dr. Google here decides to start doing my own research, and I looked up scar tissue after radiation because before that I had no side effects, no nothing that would tell me it could have been otherwise, right? There is a thing called radiation fibrosis. And once I read that and it was explaining what the symptoms are, I thought that made perfect sense. That's me. That's what I have. So of course all these professionals, they're right, you know, but it was for me, for my own peace of mind to actually read something, not just somebody, doctor telling me this. I wanted to, for my own peace of mind, read and understand what this was. Well, there is no cure for it, as it were, but in another research effort of mine, apparently you have to have a specific licensed masseuse therapist that, of course, depending on where your scar tissue is, and through the muscles, they can kind of work, not eliminate the tissue, but it can eliminate the feeling that you feel like your muscles are being balled up and it's like, oh, you can't move. Well, I've been going to a muscle therapist for, oh my gosh, more than 15 years now. And she's wonderful. And it's not your typical spa, you know, zone out kind of thing. She's literally gets down and it is relaxing, and it's a full body thing. She concentrates on all my muscles. And I was telling her about this. She says, yeah. She says, that's, it can happen. So after that, I started noticing, and I was going like every 2 weeks just because I wanted to see if indeed it would help me. I started noticing that feeling, that scrunched up muscle feeling, was subsiding. Now, I'm not saying it went away, but the feeling has pretty much gone. And I look like this because I just came from an hour of being worked on. And I thought, it reminded me I need to say something. Maybe there's someone out there who's been through radiation and might be feeling something like that. And of course, always, always discuss your feelings with your oncologist, your radiologist, your doctor, whoever. But sometimes, just for peace of mind, it doesn't hurt to do a little research on your own. And it's free, it doesn't cost you anything. So, anyway, I just thought I'd say that. And hopefully, everyone is feeling good today. It's a beautiful day outside. It's hot, but it's beautiful outside. Everyone, stay happy, stay healthy. Again, this is Melissa, and I'll see you soon. Bye.